all of them bloom at once. So sometimes you will see some cherries that are smaller than others, and some that start maturing much faster, you see? So what we want to do when we collect the cherries, we want to make sure that we only grab the red ones. Now, one detail about taking coffee, you want to make sure that it's like this. It doesn't have any stems attached to it. So just make sure that you can grab ripe ones that are red, or sometimes, depending on the variety, we can find yellow. So in Café Monteverde, we have at least 13 different varieties. So let's start picking some coffee. Let's take maybe a couple of minutes, 5-10 minutes, to pick some coffee, and we can put it in the basket.
Oh wow, there's a lot of ripe ones there.
Arbors?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stemmed up.
Cool.
Is this for your Instagram followers? Or is this for your bio class?
I think I'm gonna make some kind of educational video.
I think that's useful. This is really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely don't have access to this in America as much.
I know, it's so cool to kind of be there and see it.
Yeah.
Look at those beautiful coffee berries. Hey everyone, I'm here with Miss Evelyn Rockwell of the Life Coffee Farm in Costa Rica. So we're in Monteverde, Costa Rica, and we're actually in the middle of a coffee field. And so what can you tell us about what are we seeing here in the beans? Like, how do we know which one is ripe?
Okay, so when you are harvesting coffee, you want to make sure that you harvest either red ones, dark red ones, or yellow ones. It depends on the variety.
Oh, wow. That's cool. And I've heard the sort of red ones, you can eat them, right? As is, that right?
Put them in your mouth, yeah. If you chew it, it's different. It tastes different because the bean is inside. Mm-hmm. So most of the time we would chew just the pulp, the outside.
Mm-hmm. And you eat the pulp?
Yeah.
It's good. It's sweet.
Yeah.
Wow. And how long this is your family's farm?
No, it's actually a friend's
farm.
Yeah.
How long have you worked here with this farm?
So I started actually just recently in August.
In August, okay. So interesting.
Yeah.
It seems like a really beautiful environment to be working in.
It is beautiful. Yeah.
What are some of the challenges that you face growing coffee here? Like what are the big challenges?
Fungus. Lots of problems with fungus, especially now that it's raining a whole lot.
So you're having more rain than you've had in the past?
Yes.
I see. But this is an area that's famous for having precipitation. What has changed?
But throughout the whole year. Precipitation throughout the whole year. Now we're getting lots of water in short periods of time.
So the intense rainfall.
Yes.
I see. So historically it would be more moist, steady moisture all the time. And now you're getting big rains. So you had something like this like last month. What happened last month?
Yeah, last month, lots of rain, raining and nonstop for 1 day, 2 days, 3 weeks, and that was not expected.
Wow. And so then I imagine that would wash the nutrients out of the soil.
Erosion.
Yeah. But also funguses.
Yeah.
So funguses then grow and then that attacks the plants. Can we see evidence of the funguses on them?
These are examples of this. As you can see, even if you look closer, you would see the fungus.
Oh my gosh, can you hold it up to the camera?
Yeah.
I'm getting Last of Us vibes here. That was a TV show about a killer fungus. So this plant has been fighting a fungal infection.
Yes, and even though you see lots of cherries, you would guess, oh, it's pretty good at producing cherries, unripe. Right now there are many unripe ones, green ones. But the problem is that there are specific funguses. There's a fungus that starts. You see, the fungus spreads in the cherries, in the fruit. Then also you see no leaves. All of these, especially at the bottom, no leaves. That's a bad sign. You want leaves. The leaves start having funguses too. Ojo de gallo, chasparria. And so even though you think it's a good producing a lot, it will go through a process that we call abortion. So it won't be able to ripen. Lots of them. So we lose many of them.
A lot of your crop. And so this changes in weather. Like what can you attribute that to? Like what is the cause of that? Like this more rain all at once. Like what can we attribute that to?
Worldwide, right? Worldwide, we're seeing lots of changes happening.
Worldwide, so it's like this is a sign of the global climate change from the greenhouse gases.
Yes.
And is the temperature changing in?
Absolutely. And that's another thing. And there's a specific fungus that enjoys heat, which we're also struggling with, called roya, or red rust.
So it's been getting warmer or colder in Monteverde?
Hotter.
Hotter. It's hotter.
Yeah.
So we're pretty high up. So historically, this is cold. Like I'm kind of almost chilly now,
Yeah.
but it's getting warmer here.
Warmer.
And so the funguses that normally would have only grown like lowlands, they're coming up.
Not only in funguses, but also you see wildlife, flora and fauna coming up that we used to not have up here.
I see. So you're seeing, what kind of animal wildlife are you seeing here that you didn't see before?
Certain snakes.
Certain snakes. What kind of snakes?
I can't remember the name.
Any
of it.
dangerous ones or?
Yeah, several.
That's interesting. Okay, we'll continue. I guess we'll continue on. Thank you so much.
You're
Ms.
welcome.
Rockwell.
You're welcome.
Perfect, Kira. Okay, we gotta see how many coffee berries you all got. Okay, let's see. Okay, we got Team A. Here we go. Okay, we got Team B. Okay, this is all pretty respectable, and we got Team C. All right, pretty good. I think that we need to bring you. I think that the Life Coffee Farm needs to bring them in and set them to work.
Anytime.
This would be good. This would be good for you. You know, like you could maybe do an online class, and then we'll just set you to work in the fields spraying compost tea. Okay. What do we see?
Sloth.
No way, a sloth? Where?
Wait, there's can I use binoculars?
So there's a sloth up there. Let's see if I can bring him into focus. Oh, there, he's like a ball of fuzz right there. Yeah, there's a sloth right there. Oh, not moving much. Right in the middle. Oh,
These are a little bit older than 6 months.
wow, so this is actually, you chop up, is this silage that the goats and they're eating?
Yes.
Oh wow, it's hooked up to a bike. Could I try it?
Yes, absolutely. We don't have the grass, but
I should have pedal. Here we go. So it makes it smaller pieces for them. Okay. Oh, that's good. I'll be ready for a lunch soon.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Workout, yeah.
Two different processes, but the same row. So here you're going to taste the three of them on a row, and then you say which order we did in terms of roast, medium, dark, light, or so. Here you taste and you say which one you think is natural and which is the honey. We are using the French press. The ratio we use here is 1/12, 1 part of coffee and 12 parts of water.
You know, I've just been chugging them and I don't want to put it in my mouth and go, worthy drinking? It's worthy drinking? Yes? I'm not going to spit it out? Yeah? Yeah?
So hello everyone, I'm here with Senor Guillermo Vargas of Life Coffee Farm in Monteverde, Costa Rica. And we're just visiting here. This is like the coffee cleaning or grinding machine to depulp.
Depulp, yeah.
Oh, interesting. I just wanted to ask you, so you're how long have you been farming coffee here?
As member of my family since, in my case, since early 60s.
Early 60s.
Yeah, my father 1955 or so.
And I'm just curious. So, what are the big challenges for coffee growers in this time?
Climate issues. For us, it's mainly about the climate situation, the climate change, the warmer conditions, the more new diseases. the different moments that the flower come used to be more concentrated in a short term. Now you get flowers in March, April, May, June. So then this extend the season, make it more expensive.
So you have more labor costs then.
More labor cost, but for us it's very much about the climate situation. I know that in some other parts of the world, and even in Costa Rica, it's about the market itself, because the ups and downs of the price.
And so, so in your time, so how has the weather or the climate changed here since you've been live?
Yeah, well, basically for the case of Monteverde, it's much warmer. At least for Monteverde in the last 4 decades, the temperature went up almost 2 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
So much warmer. Then it rains much harder, so it's very heavy precipitation. It causes more erosion. The soil is not able to absorb the water and just landslides. And the wind, much stronger wind. And interesting that it rains more, but we have more dry days in the year.
So in the past, the rain was more consistent,
Right.
and now it's like it comes down very heavily.
Yes, and now it's more difficult to predict.
So
For example, normally we understand that October will be the rainiest month of the year. Well, this year was not October, but November.
And then you got hit very hard with rain.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that when you have all that rain, that also increases the incidence of like fungal diseases.
Yes, one specific that is named rooster eye loves high moisture. So when you get rains every day for 2-3 consecutive weeks, then the fungus becomes very aggressive. It causes a defoliation. Then the plant is not able to mature the fruits. Yes.
And so all these things, these are problems that didn't exist in the past, or as not as bad.
Not as bad. Now, one thing that I didn't mention is that the other challenge today is about labor, because when I was let's say teenager or young adult, helping with my parents, I am one of 12 alive, 13 in
You
total.
didn't need to hire anybody.
No, we didn't
You got
need
12,
to, yeah.
12 kids like that.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
need to hire anyone.
And most of coffee growers around Costa Rica, they had at least 6 or children.
Big families.
Yeah, but today is less than 2, and also our children, they have alternative opportunities. So today most of labor comes from Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then, and so in terms of like surviving economically, you're trying to diversify. And then how do you plan to how are you planning for increasing climate change? Like what are the efforts on the farm to be prepared?
Well, first, and one that is not new, for many years my parents' practice is not depending in only one economic activity. So in the old times we had dairy and coffee. And then now that dairy is more difficult for different reasons, we do coffee, we do education, we do tourism. So we diversify our economy. Also, we are diversifying the varieties of coffee, because if you have only one specific variety, and this one is very sweet for the disease, then you are in trouble. So diversifying the varieties. We also, one of our strategies is to keep almost half of the land in forest. So the forest works as a natural barrier for diseases and pests. And then you have also the natural predators in your forest, the birds, the spiders, the bats eating some of the
insects.
The insects.
Uh-huh.
And also, finally, we need to recuperate the organic condition of the soil. So we invest much energy here in composting and foliar fertilizer that we prepare here.
Well, thank you so much. We really enjoyed our visit today, and you just have a beautiful farm, and we really appreciate your generosity. And I'm sort of wired now from the coffee tasting, but I just want to thank you again,
Thank
Senor
you.
Vargas.
Thank you.
So thank you. Muchas gracias.
Gracias.